Congratulations on your win tonight, fifth win of the season. And for this program, let's start right there. 500th win in Tarleton's program history as a football team. Can you talk a little bit about, before we get into the game, what that means to you? And when you hear a number like that, 500, that's a big number. What comes to your mind?
Well, yeah, that's a 500 wins. That's a good number for us. Just happy to be a part of it. And so, um, you know, milestones like that are fun. I thought our guys played hard. I thought the Northeastern State team played hard. Um, and to improve our record to 5-2, I think is really big for us.
You talk a little bit about the defense. I thought they played really good. Obviously, a shutout today, first shutout since back in November of 2018 with the win over Azusa Pacific. That game, a 58-0 win. It looked like to me it started with the pressure that you guys were able to apply on defense, and also 2 for 14 on third downs for them. That's a solid number.
Yeah, I think we played really good defense all through the spring. Certainly not perfect, but we've been really solid, and that's kind of been, I think, the backbone of kind of who we've been. We've been a little bit inconsistent throughout the spring offensively. We haven't been as explosive as I would like, but yeah, just an outstanding effort by our guys on the defensive side of the ball. I thought they did about the same thing a week ago. Almost the same thing against Dixie out at their place, and so there's been I think several outings where they've just been really top notch.
Offensively, I wouldn't say you got off to a slow start, but you're certainly helped by the punt return by Kalen Whitten. He has done a great job. He's had a kickoff return, now a punt return. What did you see on that play?
Yeah, he's just a kid that can move his feet, and he's can change directions. He's really shaping up to be a top flight return man for us. He got off to a slow start against McNeese, but he has done well. Moving forward from there, we got to make sure that he makes good decisions as he decides to field certain punts. Some of them land kind of awkwardly, and so that's one of the real tricks to being a good return man is being smart back there. So he's brand new to that, and I think he's getting better and better.
Offensively, early in the game, you weren't able to run the ball, but in the second half, you figured things out. I think 36 yards in the first half, then 166 in the second half. What did you guys figure out to kind of get back to that number that you're usually out right around 200 yards on the ground?
We just kept doing what we were doing. It was nice. We had that. It was good to see those freshmen get in there and make some good runs for us. So one thing that hurts your rushing yards is when you go out there and get sacked a few times, and that happened to us. So, I really think you got to take your hat off to these guys from Tarleton. I thought they were ready to go. We were their one and only game for the spring, and I think they played pretty well considering the tough season, the tough stretch that they've had. I think Coach Eckert and his staff do a fine job, and I think they're much improved.
You mentioned the two running backs, Roseman and Kelly. Kelly had a great run, a 50-yarder, a couple of really good cuts in there. Can you talk about when you brought those guys in? I mean, we forget about Braylon Bridges, a guy that was, had 112 yards, I think, in that first game against McNeese State. It was really a solid recruiting class for you at the running back position last year. You've got Banks and Skinner who do it week in and week out, but it seems like we have a bright future at running back as well.
Yeah, I think so. We Banks was hurt today. We ended up really needing to utilize those young fellows some, and even more next week now. We're down to our second deep snapper. We've lost all of our slots. We've got one of those guys left. Freshman Keelan got in there and did a nice job for us. We got a receiver without JF. And so, we've got some spots where we're kind of thin. So we're going to have to utilize our young guys, but we feel as a staff, we feel really good about this freshman class. And I think, in particular at the running back spot, all three of those guys are kids that can really be productive for us and move their feet and make big plays.
Look forward. You got a quick turnaround on Thursday night. You'll take on East Central Oklahoma. Looking forward to that game. What do you expect out of those gentlemen?
Probably more of the same. Again, another team. I think they played one time. So it'll be another team that's had many weeks to look at us and prepare and get ready. And so you'll see a Division II team come in here. They'll fire their very best shot. And I don't know a whole lot about them. I haven't seen them in several years now. But that Oklahoma league is a good tough league. And so I think on Thursday night we'll have another hard fought game. We'll have our hands full.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the win, 5th of the season and 500th in school history. We'll talk to you next week before ECU.
Thank you.